to YouTube. Okay, so we are live on YouTube right now. Our plan for the day is we built the server error page yesterday, and then we started on the create/edit changes to lenses. Still a lot of work to do for that. We're basically just like mocking out the UI, but we need to actually like wire that up to the back end, and yeah, that's going to take some work. But that's what we're here to do today. So let's switch to the right screen.
Now, wouldn't you like to be?
Okay. Cool. Alrighty, getting this out of the way. And yeah, what's everyone up to today? How y'all doing? All right, so you're chilling for a bit, enjoying the late evening. Nice. I forgot to check on my fantasy football stuff. Pretty sure I needed to switch out some players, so I might be screwed this week. Oh, I am definitely screwed this week. My quarterback didn't even get 7 points. The person I'm playing against has Bo Nix, so they didn't do much better, but holy shit, dude. Yeah, my kicker's out. Like, oh man, I really blew it this week. Yeah, I really blew it. But honestly, so did Josh Allen. Dude, the person I'm playing against, their defense did it better, like had a better week than my quarterback. Blew it as in just like playing football badly. That's insane, dude. That's really bad. Wow. How did Buffalo barely beat Cleveland? That doesn't make any sense to me. What the hell, dude? Yeah. Oh well. I am not winning this week. And that's fine. It's just the playoffs. Like, not even like the good playoffs. We're in like the losers league. So whatever. Okay. So, back to what we're doing here. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. So yeah, the width of these things could be a little wider. I think we can go, what, 72 or something like that? Looks like it's going to be you and Danielle. Wait, is Tom's ingenious team falling apart? I missed that. I didn't look at the rest of the league. I just saw I was screwed and stopped looking. Ooh, you aren't? Yeah, Danielle is on track to beat Tom. Damn. And damn, you and Tom are tied? Good job. Yeah. Damn, Danielle's team is killing it this week. He got 40 points out of Puka. Wow. Wow. How about yours? Who you got on your team? Olave. Dude, Olave killed it for you. And Pickens actually did something? That's weird. Yeah, your receivers went off. Yeah, man. Yeah, you killed it. Good team this week. Okay. So yeah. And I'm still kind of waking up. Went out, I did the Christmas party thing. That's why my voice is so hoarse. Then I went and hung out elsewhere. And then I came home and played some gaming. So I stayed up late last night. I'm gonna get a fresh water glass. I don't know why this one smells. It smells a little off. Give me. Okay. And I'm back. So yeah, how's everyone's day going? Yeah, I think it was just maybe some ash or something got into my water glass. Still smells slightly funny. Tastes fine. All right, so here's what I want to do, right? Like, this title is looking odd. And this spacing is weird too. Let's fix that spacing. I think there's some like margin top I'm doing or something that I probably don't need. Like that lens form doesn't need the MB4, that's for sure. And that's probably the issue. That would be it. All right, so that looks better. This should not be a card, it should just be a title. But we will be doing cards for each of the things that we're passing in, and we started passing in events. And we want to track the event results based on those events. Okay, but what we're going to do here is loop over the events. And hold on. Nope, this is something I want to test real quick because it came up in conversation. So let's do this. I'm going to create a code sandbox, not canbox. Got into a conversation yesterday about how for each handles async await stuff. And now I am very curious about that. So if we just create a new one, it's going to be just vanilla TypeScript. This is going to be for each async test. So yeah, here's what we'll do. We've got app right here. We're just going to create a button. We're going to give it an ID. All right, there's the button. Here we do this. Document dot get element by ID. And really, like, doing on click like this is possibly gross, but I don't know. Whatever. Let's just make sure that is wired up. And that is, so that is not how you do that. Yeah, we'll just do a attach event listener. And it's not window. It's been a while since I've done any of this. What am I doing wrong here? Two arguments required. But only one present. I think that's just old. Okay. So that's the way to do that. And it works. I'm wondering what those other errors are. So, here's what I want to do. And it's not elements, I don't know, items, I guess is better. I gotta test this. All right, so yeah, items is an array. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? We also need to create a function. Awaitable timeout. This is going to be MS. And we'll say equals 1,000. Nice and easy. Sure. All right. So now we've got this awaitable timeout. We're going to loop over these items. And inside of here, item. And what we want to do is make this async. I'm under the impression that because these are async and we're doing for each, they're all going to fire off pretty much immediately instead of like waiting for the next one. I'm curious about if that's actually true, because someone was saying that it isn't. So I'm testing an assumption here because I was not aware of this thing they were talking about. So now I got to double check. So now we're just going to do Await awaitable timeout. Is it true? I wanted to make sure. I was under the impression that it wasn't going to actually await this. I thought it would kick them all off like immediately. So now I got to double check that. I just wanted to make sure. That's all. Because, yeah, I could have sworn. Yeah, let's just double check. Okay. Yeah, it kicks them off immediately. That's what I was under the impression of, too. But he pointed out an article that Sentry put out, and now I'm so confused about it. So I just wanted to double check. Well, now I'm not getting anything. Let's just refresh that. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, for of loop. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So I am just so curious about what he was talking about now. And then, yeah, we should see after the timeout get kicked out all 10 at once, right? So, like, we'll see all 10 of these and then all 10 of the after the timeouts. He was saying his code was running slower than he thought because these things were being awaited, and that's not how that should work. So, yeah, he challenged my assumptions, and we were at a party. Yeah, see? So now I'm just so confused. Maybe I just misunderstood what he was saying. I don't know. That must be it. That's got to be it. It's definitely some misunderstanding of, I had the whiskeys in me. So here we go. Let me paste this and we'll look at it together because this is the article that they sent. So now I just got to double check. Okay, so here's the big thing. Awaiting for each doesn't do anything. Right? So yeah, like, I totally understand what's happening here, right? You can't await this for each because all of these are going to fire off at once, and this for each is going to finish what it's doing, and you're going to get to this notify completion before these have actually processed, right? So yeah, you can do for of, for sure. Or you can promise all it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's possible he may have just misunderstood something because this is not describing the problem that he had. Like, I think instead of it was taking longer than he thought, it was finishing quicker than he thought. That is my assumption. That is my hunch. But yeah, let me get more music going. All right, so yeah, just double checking this. Like, this is how I was almost certain it worked, and I had to double check it because, oh, what the fuck, man. So yeah, no, we got there. Yeah, I've used promise.all in the past and a lot of other things, and I've even done like queuing behavior when instead I should have used a for of. So that's fun. Like I've done it the more complicated way than I should have, but I was at least able to like do what I needed, you know? Okay. Okay. So hold on. Let me open this up. Let me just paste this over there for him. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to double check it. But yeah, Jax AI codes or Jaxi codes. Thank you for the follow. 20 minutes ago. Appreciate you. All right. So just wanted to double check that. He was breaking my brain when he said for each does something other than I expected. I just realized I'm not looking at the right YouTube chat. So luckily no one chatted over there yet, but I wouldn't have seen it if you did. So that would have been on me. And there we go. All right. So yeah, back to this part. Yeah, just writing this map automatically made me think, oh wait, I had that conversation yesterday. All right. So now, no, I don't want to do that yet. I kind of do just want to grab the boilerplate from the events page. Right, this function here. But it's not going to be the exact same. So I'm okay doing a copy paste, similar to how we did a copy paste of lens result, because the things that we're passing and how we're handling it are totally separate. And we're not going to care about status updates, etc. So yeah, let's do this. All right, so we'll copy that. Go to the lens form page. And honestly, we'll just create a component for it. But a lot of this stuff is going to go away. However, we can just add all missing imports, which I think it probably messed up a little bit. Yep, it absolutely messed that one up. Okay, all that looks fine. So, we get back down to this thing. And it is keyword event still. So yeah, realistically, this just becomes the keyword event component. Full event, we don't care about. Not certain why we would need keyword. On show contents, on status update, we're not doing. So yeah, this is definitely like different from the other thing completely. So let's get rid of those. Full event content, gone. Scrubbed content, gone. There's going to be no dialogue, gone. Let me double check this. Tooltip. What is the tooltip for? Ah, okay. No. So we do want the tooltip still. We don't care about the A tag. Yeah, sentiment analysis for sure. But we can track that in an ongoing basis rather than needing to go historical with it. Yeah, sentiment analysis is absolutely in our list of features to build. Yeah, so we're not going to have a dialogue. We're not going to do the drop-down menu. We do need to maybe get these in there. Looks like we don't need keyword anymore. We are going to need a thing that we're passing in. But yeah, just in case you're curious, we've got a whole big old list of stuff that we need to do, right? And yeah, sentiment analysis way down there. AI response generation, like agents, definitely in there. Public API, all sorts of stuff that we're probably gonna need. But, you know, we got to pick and choose the order in which we do things. And yeah, let me fix my posture. Boy. All right, so then the other prop we care about, this is going to be it's almost like we want to track a pending state while the thing's being evaluated. All right, let's do this. Let's get rid of all the stuff we're not using anymore. There we go. And we are passing events in. There's probably going to be some like functions that we want to be able to pass in, but we can wait on that part. Okay. So then, yeah, we want lens result. And it's a Boolean. It could technically be undefined. There's at least a point at which it could be undefined. It should be trying to autocomplete that better. What's up, CodeSpent? How you doing? Okay, one quick thing though. We've got another utility on this page. Except that no, we don't. We have it inside of a component in lens status here. Yeah. All right. So use stoppable queue. But yeah, what are you up to, CodeSpent? Anything fun? Okay. Yeah. So this is no longer lensref.current.prompt. This is actually a different thing. This is VS Code. Okay. So we've still got an error here because we're not using any of these values. All right, and then instead of a full keyword event response, we do that. But we do need the full thing. Never mind. Yep. All right, so then processed events. All right, and then these values, yeah, where are these even coming from? Well, number one, we're not going to be doing that. And we're not going to be doing that. And then this part. There we go. This needs to be like a util or something. Okay, so yeah, it takes in the prompt, and it also takes in the content. That way this is consistent. Format lens prompt. Oh, did I forget to export it? Well, that would probably be a big part of why it wasn't being found. Huh, weird. Weird. Who would have guessed that? Okay. So we fixed most of the issues in there. We do need to do some data fetching. So we'll do that, but we'll do that outside of here and we'll pass it in. Every time you deploy anything, you recognize how utterly awful at DevOps you'd be. I mean, it's just takes practice. That's all. All right, so yeah, let's do the data fetching part so we can at least see things. Let me do this. Let me leave this to do where it should be. Lens form, lens status. Alrighty. And yeah, what's everyone up to? How's everyone's day going? I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. Probably just turkey pot pie. It's easy enough. Still got one left over. One of the big ones. Weekend's going by way too fast? Is that? Sorry. Yeah. I already forgot what I asked. Today itself has just gone by too fast. Lots done, lots to go. Yep. All right. Yeah. So we could just do a console log. Right. Just something to get rid of that one error. We're going to have a bunch of warnings because we're not using these things yet. But yeah, we need to like visualize what it's doing. And thanks. Yeah, this is a great album. Yeah, we want to do this on which page? New lens or edit lens? I would say new lens works fine. Yeah. We'll call them preview events. Okay, so then we do that. We bring these in. But these are not the full events. So I think we end up needing a new backend endpoint because we need the full events for these. But I don't want to fetch them like one by one. Okay, so yeah, we just got to create that endpoint. That's annoying. Yeah, yeah, all there is to it. Okay, so we go to the keyword event controller. Let me double check one thing. Yeah, okay. It's basically this. Yeah, all right. So yeah, what do we want to call this function then? We'll call it list full events. Index full events. Okay, so we'll do that. Yeah, that works. And then we just need to add it to the router. Yep. Okay, so that works. All right, so now the front end. And actually, let's just do this up where we're doing this other stuff. Yeah, get keyword events. We'll just duplicate it. Come on, TS server, pick up that stuff that we just built. There we go. But I did mess something up. Nope. There we go. Why does it think this could be undefined? Yeah, I don't get it. Why is that undefined? My only guess is it didn't finish building. That's it. That's what it was. Yeah, so it just hadn't finished building the SDK. Okay, so we set preview events there, and then we pass it into lens form. We are on the edit lens page, though. So let's go to make a new one. Totally broken. And the reason would be we're not passing the right values. We're not doing the, yeah, there was a step on the back end that I forgot. So it's up here. These are not the full keyword events functions. I don't think we're going to go by platform. I don't think that part matters for this. But then this is list full keyword events by org ID and keyword ID. So now we need to go to here. And it's going to be up here. So we see this get full keyword event. That's basically what it's going to look like when we do get keyword events. What is this company? Hold on. Elixir? Anyone ever heard of Elixir? Elixir Minnelli? Never even heard of it. Hmm. Man, this seems just like a bunch of slop, doesn't it? Yikes. All right. Yeah. So, back to the back end part. All right. So, limit, offset. Um, it's just org ID and keyword ID. Yeah. So we don't get ID like this. And yeah, I think we're good there. Oh, hold on. No, we need the is red value. Only took tearing down the gaming rig. Did you do that to sell all your RAM? Are you sitting on a gold mine? Think of how much RAM I'm sitting on in this place. Like, dude. Just saying. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Jason? How you doing? Oh yeah, always. Always. You can see all the stuff I own on Bandcamp if you're curious. Long weekend finally recovered though. Hell yeah. Yeah, like, dude, birthday weekends are tough. Real tough. So have you been here when I was describing what this product is or what this project is? So basically, users can listen for keywords on social media. Currently, Blue Sky, Hacker News, and Lobsters. And we match those keywords based upon like regular expression stuff, like as they come in, so that we can notify you when a keyword you're listening for gets matched. But if we go look at something like looking for ghosty, right? Technically, ghosty gets some false positives because of ghost type Pokemon. So we could definitely do the filtering like much better. Right? Like we could change the keyword itself to add like negative lookups, right? Like the word Pokemon or something. But also, there's more to matching on an event beyond just a keyword match, right? So instead, what if we wanted to be like, create a lens that looks for people who are complaining about the product or something that should go into an issue of some kind, right? Like on GitHub or whatever. So could we start to like create these lenses that actually look at the message itself and try to extract intent based upon like a prompt that we give it? That's currently what we're building, and we already have lenses, right? So we turn on this lens and we say, well, yeah, is it related to Pokemon? And it's obviously not great because we used a bad model, so that's annoying. But we're able to take those, almost 500 events and whittle them down to like 70 something, when realistically it should actually be way less. But that's just based on our prompting, which we can fix. And the part that we're actually building is a way for users to see the events, right? Like, so when they're creating the prompt, we can give them a button to test the prompt against the events on the right so they can like fine tune their prompting. That's the part we're currently working on. We needed to build a backend endpoint to get these previews of events going, and it's still broken because I broke something, you know. So yeah, we're just in the middle of that. We just put in the work to fix this. And I believe that means that now in the controller, this function should work. but we're still getting incomplete data here. So I got to figure out what's up with our preview there, and let's just see if there's some errors. Oh, buddy, there are errors, but let's do a fresh load, and there we go. So the errors are really not our problem there. So first and foremost, let's fix the warning, because we are forgetting to just do a key. So there we go. And actually, no, this is precisely what we should be showing, because we deleted the other part. And that was in here. No. It was on the events page. So yeah, I got rid of the formatted snippet. That is a mistake. But we actually do need the dialogue back too. Damn, yes, we do need the dialogue. We just don't need the drop-down menu. Not yet, at least. Don't care about these things in the footer. So yeah, we do need to start tracking that dialogue being opened. So there's a bunch of stuff that we got rid of that we actually needed. So let's do that. Let's go back to events here. New scubbed content. Whoops. Okay, so we do that part. We still got errors. Let's fix those. And we grabbed that from result. But scrubbed content goes away. Well, not the whole thing, though. And yeah, we're not going to have any of this fetching state. So we can get rid of those. So then, yeah, scrubbed content here. This is actually just event.content. Yeah, and this is where I broke it. This is where we need the A tag back. Yes, WebLLM is doing the lens part for now, but we're actually gonna replace it. It's just not a good user experience, and we were always planning on replacing it eventually. It's just, I don't know. I was thinking we'd get more value out of WebLLM first. And I do still think it's a good way of like prototyping and keeping costs down, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's not a good experience because the models, like to get a good model, you need a bigger one, and they take a lot longer to run locally, and I don't know. It's just kind of brutal. Now, hold on a second. I broke something. I've got the A tag in the wrong place. I do. This song is trying to put us to sleep. How dare it? Okay, so now our width just seems strange. And it's because of that. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got a lot more work to do. But yeah, these songs, come on. Where are they trying to put me to sleep? Let's get something crunchy. Let's do that. Let's get crunchy. Yeah, it requires a decent machine. Yeah. It's a little dubsteppy. Could be worse. Okay, it's a little too dubsteppy. Let's get the next song. See if it gets a little better. I don't hate dubstep, but you know, not the biggest fan either. Let me put it that way. Mongolian throat singing version of Jingle Bells? No, I haven't. Sounds interesting though. I read somewhere that Steve-O, he basically doesn't use his vocal cords to speak. Like he uses like the muscles around his vocal cords to do the speaking thing, which is why I guess his voice sounds that way. I don't know. Like basically, I don't know. Someone quoted him as saying like, "So I've just been talking wrong this entire time." Hmm. All right, so yeah, continuing to build this out. I think we want to go a little wider with these. I don't know. Like, I'm on the fence about this, like, preview word. But yeah, let's keep hacking at it. I think I want to make it wider. Okay, so it's that max WXS that's getting us. Oh, and we fixed it on the edit lens page, but we didn't fix it. Yeah. Didn't fix it here. That's why it looks so funny. Ooh, this song is good. Hey, what's up, Jalen? How you doing? Oh, and you said something about one of the bosses, right? Mechtel the Forge Master. Is that inside of like the Vol Temple? Or hold on, is that the dude that you get the fire resistance from in like Jaquani's Machinarium or whatever? It's the fire resistance guy, right? Yeah, he is really tough. Oh, that one where he's like made of gold or whatever. Yeah, and you only have so much time before the lava like catches you. Oh, yeah, 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 dude, that one is very tough. Oh, that one sucks. Yeah. Here's the thing: he's not actually required though. I don't even remember what you get from beating him. He basically doesn't give you anything. I forget what he gives you, so maybe it is something good, and I just always skip it anyway. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was a green item? But it's like a green item that you bring back to what's his name and he just gives you gold, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I always skip that one. Is that in present day or is that in the past? Because if it's in the past, before you beat Doriani, make sure that you pick up the sacrificial heart in the first part of Utsul or whatever. Because the sacrificial heart is the thing that gives you two passives or whatever, right? And it's a kind of like a pain in the ass to get back to that point. Oh, okay. So yeah, in that first area in the past, just you gotta like roam around until you find the sacrificial heart, and then you use the sacrificial heart in the next area after that. But yeah, if you thought Mechtel was hard, There's a fight in the past that's way harder. Now we're talking about PoE 2. But yeah, what's up, Celestial? Like, you're actually coming up on what many people consider the hardest fight in the game. Or at least in the campaign. Biggest thing, make sure your chaos resistance is way up. Because poison counts as chaos damage. Making a simulator in Python for a game so you can abuse mechanics. Gotcha. Oh, I do need to check the winter sale. That's going right now, huh? Okay, so yeah, let's keep doing this part. I still don't necessarily like it. But let's at least get the dialogue showing anything. Okay, so the reason that's not working is because the event that we fetched is actually not the full event. What? I know it. I see what it is already. All right, so here's something I think I want to do. Oh, and hold on. We do want that, but I need CLSX in front of it. And I don't actually want to do this. Right? So we want to explicitly set the lens result value. So what we need to do is here, right? Maybe we do put that into a card. Right, so variants here, what can they be? Maybe, yeah, no, never mind. All right. So yeah, we do a progress. We do a max. And we need a button to run it. All right, so I expect this to actually not quite work because the model hasn't loaded yet. All right. So yeah, let's do one thing. We do need a dialogue title. All right, so we'll at least get rid of that warning. Why is it trying to autocomplete that? That's just weird. Okay, so then let me think about this. So the event being processed, we need to do. We need to set event results. Yeah. Okay. So we set that, we reset that, we clear out the queue. Cool. Then when we click this button, we start running. We want to wrap this in is processing. And we want that to be is not processing. And hey, what's up, Brainless? And yeah, Alex, you wish you'd played more when you were younger? Yeah, I never played RuneScape. I did play Ultima Online, though. And I believe RuneScape took a lot of its, like inspiration from Ultima Online. I think eventually it catered more to people who played WoW, but Ultima Online was before WoW. You're pulling your hair with Lua, but doing well overall. Yeah, what about the Lua is making you pull your hair? Yes, I created console log in Lua. But yeah, there's probably a bunch of these utilities you might be looking for. The lack of a standard library is pretty tough. But it's why it's so small and embeddable. I think there's some stuff I have in Vendor that's really useful too. Yeah, JSON.lua, right, for parsing. Oh yeah, file size stuff. Yeah, nothing there's too fancy. You 5 years ago? Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, you should almost just rewrite it from scratch with a better architecture. you know, just saying. All right. So yeah, we do this for if we are not processing. If we are processing, we need a stop button. And a 75 stream streak. You'll rewrite it maybe when Transport Fever 3 comes out. Sure, I could see that. I mean, Chaotic got all the way up to 420. Timberborn? What is Timberborn? Almost looks like Beaver Minecraft. Oh no, it's like Beaver Factorio. Okay. Does look kind of cool. What didn't you like about it? Like, why didn't it grab you? Hmm. Ah, gotcha. You mean while I was taking a nap? Yeah, hold on. Let me look at my wish list real quick. I'm a little curious about that. I got 161 games in there. X4 Foundations? Sure. Yeah, I'm really not seeing a whole lot. There's a few. Damn, this song is super crunchy. Nah, you should have said something. That's fine. But anyway, so yeah. So yep, we've got this issue because we're not popping up the prompt to let the user download the model. Welcome back, Glober. Damn, okay, so no, there's a bunch of games out that look really fucking good. Shit. Yeah, yeah, there's too many, actually. Too many of these games to look at right now. Holy shit. Yeah, this is a good song. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's do this part. So, Yeah, this is where we're really getting into the state that we're maintaining is not perfect. Um, yeah, so like the big issue I have is we probably want to make the user reload the model. We probably need to show them the warning that they need to download the model. But we have that tied up in lens status. And yeah, this just seems like the wrong place for that. The thing is, the dialogue for warning the user about the download is going to be very temporary anyway. So we don't need to over-engineer this part. Yeah. So this model loaded value, what we need to start doing is taking notes on things that we want to improve about our WebLLM wrappers. We don't have that open right now. I think I want to put it in an issue on the GitHub repo. I think that's a better place for it. Um, okay. Man, this song is crunchy. So let's go to WebLLM directly and look at issues they may have. Batched request support. Sounds nice. A lot of these are like adding models. Precompiled WASMs with larger context windows. Okay, so you're hard gulping right now. The only senior engineer on your team got a new job. You're 1 year into the industry, and you're going to have to fill his shoes. Any tips to level up quickly? I mean, is he already gone? Because I would pose this question to him. In 2 days? Yeah, I would. Like, this isn't about going from like junior to senior so quickly. It's more about just understanding the code base, right? Like things that he thinks you should know, what documentation needs to be filled in, that kind of stuff. If you really want to start thinking like a senior, start thinking about like what documentation is missing, right? And then work your hardest to get that documentation before he's gone. Celestial, yeah, maybe I don't remember that one. And that's fine, but it's then your job to make that documentation. Right? Like interview him, ask these questions, get the interview at least recorded so you can go back and take notes and figure things out. But yeah, you're going to need some kind of chat with him. Yeah, let me try and find that. And let's get another album going. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stay crunchy. That's what you're saying. It's in memes. Oh, you linked to it. Oh, that's who that dude is. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. He's very guarded. You'll do your best. Yeah, that's the tough part. And what kind of application is it then? I'd be careful on that. Honestly, like title inflation is pretty gnarly. About 3 to 5 WordPress plugins with 50,000 lines each, give or take. Ah, okay. So, how familiar are you with the WordPress documentation? I'd start reading up on that. And like kind of what kind of plugins are they? I would assume that they have configuration forms, custom post type stuff. The other team members don't use WordPress core functions. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Sounds like he wasn't being a very good senior, if I'm being honest. Sounds like you're not actually missing much with him leaving. Because he should have been mentoring and teaching the rest of the team. He sounds kind of like a shit senior dev. If I'm being honest. Yeah. I would say with WordPress plugins, it's harder to document some of these things. Like there's less like architecture concerns and things like that. But each project should probably have like a decent README, etc. They don't PR, they don't code review, they just push and pray. You like them as people, but yes, they are very poor developers, and that is pretty damn common. I recommend WordPress to people to get started in the industry, but you're going to be migrating away from WordPress pretty soon, I would think. All right, like start figuring out what you actually want to build. Yes, exactly. 3D factor, right? This senior on your team probably was exactly in your shoes like a year before, or a couple years before. But yeah, to me, it sounds like agency work, and agency work is notorious for like churning through people. It's also notorious for title inflation and a lot of that stuff. He was there for 5 years. Okay, so he's been there decently long enough. But yeah, I would say he's probably not a proper senior at that point. So that's the tough part. I would say, kind of like what we've been getting at and hinting at, if there isn't documentation, figure out documentation. If there isn't anyone pushing for PRs and good dev practices, be that person pushing for PRs and dev practices. That's how you become a senior. You become the one who speaks up. It's hard to enforce an engineering culture, but you can probably quantify the amount of time lost to bugs, right? How many of these bugs could have been caught ahead of time? Yeah, I would say this is a great opportunity to implement changes. One of the other devs got fired for doing feature branches. Who did the firing? Is it the senior that's leaving? The chief engineer? It's not a real title, but okay. Okay. So it sounds to me like the bad culture is exactly that person. And they are making the entire team worse. Sounds like something someone with a made-up title like chief engineer would do. Yeah, exactly. Lead astronaut architect. Right? There you go. Boom. Grand poobah of the code. Yeah. That's a very smart thing to do. All-knowing codebase overlord. I mean, yeah, they can give themselves the title. Doesn't mean it's accurate. All right? And the more we're hearing about it, the less it sounds accurate. But yeah, man, nah, sounds brutal. You've been there 1 year, spoke to her like 6 times. Interesting. Yeah. But you never want to work with people like that. That is just the absolute worst. Yeah, exactly. Like, make sure your resume is up to date. I would still also say, like, always be interviewing, right? If you're a year in, you can probably negotiate a better salary somewhere else, too. Yes, exactly. Um, what is it? WordPress Bedrock? Roots. Yeah. So yeah, like a lot of the stuff in the Roots ecosystem can make WordPress code bases significantly better, like working with them. So Trellis is a good like local dev environment, right? With like Composer and WP CLI already installed. So it's a nice like virtual machine to fiddle around in. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, try and just focus on good engineering practices. One second. The Craggle. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just what is it like when a new dev joins the team? Make sure that process is as easy as possible. Things like that. Now, don't necessarily go and do a bunch of work without it being mandated, but I don't know. Yeah, if there's like no way of like soliciting feedback and doing like it sounds like they're not doing any proper business like dev practices. You had a new person join a few months back and you still haven't even met them. Yeah, that's fine, but like how quickly were they able to be like up and productive? Like how big is the team, I guess. I don't know. These are interesting questions though. Okay. So a pretty small dev studio. And do you guys only do rental stuff? Or is that just one of your clients? Only rentals. You have like 1,600, 600 websites. Interesting. Huh. Damn, yeah, that sounds miserable, dude. Yeah, no, that sounds terrible, dude. Model download sizes would be a huge one. So someone even has a PR for it. VS Code plugins that let you hide your env values for streaming. Yeah, no worries, Craggle. What I might recommend instead, MattDev, is using something like Doppler or HashiCorp Vault or a bunch of those things, right? I really like Doppler for secrets management at this point. It's not a VS Code plugin, but it is a nice way of managing secrets to where you just run Doppler and you have access to it. So yeah, I don't know. Something to check out. Maybe not exactly what you were looking for, but I don't know. I enjoy it. You just didn't want to accidentally open up your env file. So there is something you can do, and it's actually kind of simple. Let's see, VS Code settings. Camouflage is something you've used? Okay. I haven't used that one myself. What was that? Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Oh, and I missed a follow. I missed a couple. E. Rivelton and Official Risco. Thank you all for the follows. Secrets blink before they're hidden. What you can actually do is prevent them even showing up. Right? So you can actually do a filter that prevents certain files from showing up in your sidebar over here. And I know I'm doing that somewhere. I just forget where. There you go. So yeah, configure glob patterns for excluding files and folders. See how I have env in mine? So yeah, this could work for you. Okay. Well, yeah, there you go. That works. One would still be able to open it with Control P. Maybe. Like you definitely can do like a code space dot or a you can use code directly to open it still. I typically only use Nano for editing my env files. The subversion one? Yeah. That one felt good. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've had a couple good posts somewhat recently. Jeez. Ah, there it was. That's a long eyelash? Probably an eyebrow hair. But yeah, okay. This is interesting. This wasn't even that big of a diff. Oh, I see why. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so this does seem a bit like a dead project. CVS and Subversion were the bane of your existence? Yeah, I've never actually worked with them. If I'm being honest, it's what's kept me from even considering contributing to WordPress before. Yeah, sorry. When you used SVN and Nano, Pico, and Emacs. Just, yeah, old school, huh? So, Jeez. So yeah, this person put in some effort, but it doesn't seem like anyone is messing with it. So it looks like Onyx runtime is really the big thing. Okay, so there's a bunch of transformers here. Okay, so I actually want NLP for what I'm trying to do. So I didn't want React Native. But yeah, what's up, Icicle? How you doing? What the hell's here? All right. So yeah. So let's just look at one of these, right? Like, I guess Bert is one of the big ones. Ah, and we can get file sizes here at least. Okay. So yeah, 418 meg. So I'm wondering if we did. If we did NLP, would we get better results? Damn, there's a lot of issues. And hey, thank you for the sub, Icicle. I appreciate that. Whoa, 6 months in advance? Whoa. Man, I appreciate that. So, yeah, it seems like part of our issue is that transformers.js is incredibly low level. So we would lose a lot of the cool functionality of like downloading the model and getting like progress on that. But we could wire up our own wrapper around it. Hmm. Definitely something to consider. I still don't know if it's actually worth the effort, but like at this point, I'm thinking, well, if my talk about WebLLM gets accepted, I'm gonna want to pivot and probably make it about Transformers.js. But yeah, how's it going there, Frozen? What you up to? It runs pretty fast. Jesus, this is way smaller. Hmm. I know, yeah. Ultimate vibing. Like, it's killing it. Or does it say the size? Yes, files here maybe would help. And then the Onyx weights are probably in here. Okay, so these are somewhat larger. Yeah, so we'd still be looking at around like 500 megs because I think we need the decoder and the encoder, right? Okay. So yeah, like 300 megs really isn't bad. All right, so yeah, let's not get distracted too much by this. We'll still use WebLLM for what we're doing. But I really do think, yeah, Transformers.js is what we'd want to use. Or at least like make a talk about. And maybe that's it, right? Like maybe I would pivot my talk from being just WebLLM and it would be more about, browser side AI, right? What are your options? What does the future hold? That's not a bad talk. Yeah, that's not a bad talk at all. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? All right. Yeah. Getting distracted. Let's do our thing. I can tell I'm getting hungry. That's the big thing. So what we want to do, we want to pull out not the pending lens events, but the dialogue that we have right here. Okay, so yeah, what we'll do is we'll pull out this dialogue into its own component. It's going to have some very specific hooks or functions that we can load into it, where this is going to be passed in from this context, but we still want to pull out the dialogue itself. So let's do that. And what do we want to call it? We'll call it, hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, this is the lens model download form. It's a long name, but I think it's fine. All right, so what are the props? This is going to be... Oh, that was the end of that album, too. Man, that was crunchy. I don't know if we have anything that crunchy. Like to keep it going. Oh, we do. We do. Ooh, but it's loud. I didn't realize how loud the music was. Has it been that way all day? I may have had the music up too loud all day. Oops. All right, so the openness of the dialogue is a thing that we need. I don't think we need the change. So yeah, LLM download progress. Yeah, we'll do those. LLM download progress gets passed in, and then there's another event which would be on download start or on confirmation. Maybe it's on confirm. All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so we've got loading. We're not calling set is loading. Because that comes from elsewhere. So that's another prop we need. So let me comment this. We'll bring it in. Okay. So then, yeah, LLM download progress is init progress report. Where are we getting that from? Right, so instead, we got to use return type. Okay. So theoretically, that should still totally work. We're going to need to bring this into here. And this is a lot of junk. Wait a minute. Yeah, that doesn't even look right. We're doing it in there already. So that is actually incorrect over here. All right, so we brought all this in, but I just realized, yeah, we're doing this in the wrong place. We want to do it up here. All right, so we still got issues, but at least load model there. Yeah, model loaded. I believe we actually have that on global state. Yeah. We do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So now, theoretically, when we try and start processing, we're going to create a function here. And we'll call it restart processing. Let me double check where this function is. So I just need to double check it against what we're doing in here. Yep, model loaded is loading. Okay, cool. All right, let's try it. Okay. So that gets us partway there. Let's just refresh and be sure. But I think we've made some good progress. We don't have a prompt here, so we should be disabling this. So let's give ourselves some, like, leaving off notes. All right, so disable test button if no events. Disable test button. Not if model's not loaded, but if... And actually, let's just do this. All right, so disable test button if no events, or empty prompt. And then next thing we want to do, trim amount from top level. Um, right, so test button doesn't get re-enabled after a run. Download dialog didn't show progress properly. I'm not sure why that is. And yeah, that feels pretty good so far. Let's do one more thing. Yeah, all right. So I'd say that's a decent place to leave off. We should go figure out who we're going to go raid, because I'm getting hungry. And I also kind of want to play some games. Didn't get to play any last night. I also need to do some video editing. And I need to record a thing for work. But we'll see if I make that happen tonight or if I just do it later. But yeah, who is streaming right now? Oh, Dat Nerd is like spinning up right now. Oh, you know what? We haven't rated Dave Eddy before. He just started as well. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Dave Eddy. He does a bunch of like bad stuff, right? I know Bad Cop is a fan of his, but I forget why. So I don't know. Let's go see what he's up to. He's doing some Rust. He is doing the Sinacore OSCon 2012 challenge in Rust. I don't even know what that means. I know some of those words. So let's go see what he's up to. Thank you all for watching. I know kind of a short stream today, but I'm getting hungry. So yeah, let's go see what Dave Eddy's up to. He does a lot of bash scripting usually. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some food. I'll be over on gaming channel. I'll probably start out playing a little bit of gaming, right? Like while the food's cooking, because it's gonna be a pot pie. So nice and easy that way. But yeah, let's go see what Dave Eddy's up to. I'm gonna click that raid button. Let's go chat with him a bit, and I'll see some of y'all on gaming, and I'll see the rest of y'all tomorrow. Same Chris time, same Chris channel. Hopefully I can start a little earlier. Yeah, sorry, Crow. Yep, we're raiding in. I know, 6 o'clock, but I do have some stuff I need to do. Like, I got some video editing to do, a recording thing to do, and I'm hungry. And just getting real hungry. So let's go say hi to Dave Eddy. I will see you guys on gaming or here tomorrow. Later.